Garry Kasparov, let's begin with you. I look back over the past 20 years and look at the United States underestimating Vladimir Putin one time after another. George W. Bush looking into his eyes and seeing his soul. Barack Obama's reset. Donald Trump saying that he trusted Vladimir Putin more than he trusted his own intel community. And now here we have a situation where actually our intel community called it right all along, and still Putin moves forward in an extraordinarily irrational way. Please give us your insights. Please give us your take this morning.
I don't think that Putin is acting irrationally for him. He has been lying all the time. He has been shedding blood. He has been attacking anyone or any country standing on his way. And what he saw, no consequences. So he believes that he can get away with that. So that's why, from his perspectives, it's a fairly rational move. And unlike 1939, because this parallel has been made many times, he has been preparing this war in plain sight. In 1939, we didn't have technology to monitor Hitler or Stalin moves to prepare the war, though we knew it was coming. But nowadays, it was all in plain sight. And it's almost tragic that the free world, until very last moment, believed that they could negotiate with Putin. And now we're all paying the price. And I'm waiting for response, because we heard many words. But right now, it's time to see action.
Well, let me ask you, what could have been done before this invasion that was not done? You don't think the United States troops could go into Ukraine, do you?
No, I never argued for American tanks, but I always said banks. Banks was a key to stop Putin's aggression. Every aggressor needs money. He needs resources. And Putin controls more money than any other individual in the history of human race. So it's not late now just to start using this weapon effectively. If you want to help Ukraine, you don't have to send boots on the ground. It's bankrupt him. And America and the free world are just in power of doing it.
He hasn't seen consequences, you say, in the past. This is why he's emboldened. This is why this appears to be his rationale. From what we're hearing from the White House and from others, there will be consequences imminently. Will that stop him?
Yeah, we are hearing. We have been hearing for many, many years. We have been hearing about isolation after Crimea, but nothing has happened. Now I'm tired of hearing. I want to see. America can do a lot. European allies can do a lot. But, we still have to see this political will. Step number one, immediately recall your ambassadors to Moscow. Step number two, start, identifying and freezing the assets of Russian oligarchs. Step number three, help Ukraine with cyber capabilities and satellite intelligence. And again, I can start counting move after move. Again, nobody's talking about boots on the ground. But Ukraine can be helped in many ways that will bankrupt Putin's military machine. And then we'll see the consequences. And the consequences should be compatible to the damage, to the tragedy that Putin's troops bringing to Ukrainian cities. And by the way, I'm not so sure that Putin's troops will walk through Ukraine same way as Americans walk through Afghanistan or Iraq. Ukraine is capable of defending itself, despite the fact that it never received a sufficient amount of lethal weapons it required. But the first reports are not showing that Russian troops are successfully going through Ukraine as probably Putin planned. But it doesn't mean that he will be capable to undermine Ukrainian military forces because of Russian enormous military power.